I have this weird idea that everyone who comes from Australia at a certain level of celebrity has to know each other. Do you know Russell Crowe?
I do know Russell, yeah. I know Russell really well.
You do?
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
He read the script of The Proposition,
right?
Which is a film I wrote with John Hillcoat, which was the Australian Western, which he championed and was almost in, but that didn't work out. But we that didn't work out. But he eventually rang me up at home and asked me if I wanted to write Gladiator 2.
Of course, if you want that movie, who are you going to go to? Nick Cave is the guy.
And which for someone who had only written one film script was quite a ask.
Did you do it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. And what happened with that script?
It ended up, where in everyone's it didn't make it. Didn't see the light of day.
When you did something like that, what did you bring to that? I mean, what was the story for the second Gladiator?
Well, that's where it all went wrong. Very briefly, it was Russell Crowe. Because I'm like, hey, Russell, didn't you die in Gladiator 1? He's going, yeah, you sort that out. Like, all right, so he goes to purgatory.
Yeah.
And is sent down by the gods who are dying in heaven because there's this one god. There's this Christ character down on Earth who is gaining popularity, and so the many gods are dying, and so they send Gladiator back to kill Christ and all his followers. And so this was already getting in. I wanted to call it Christ Killer, and in the end, you find out that the main guy was his son, so he has to kill his son, and he's tricked by the gods and all of this sort of stuff. So it ends with this, he becomes this eternal warrior, and it ends with this 20-minute war sequence that follows all the wars of history right up to Vietnam and all of that sort of stuff. And it was wild.
That is wild.
Russian tanks. And
so that was the last third of the movie, or the last.
That was the last thing, and
wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it was a stone cold masterpiece.
And how did Russell Crowe react to that when he read that draft?
I said, "What did you think?" Don't like it, mate. What about the end? Don't like it, mate.
Oh man. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like that script? I mean, do you?
I enjoyed writing it very much, and I enjoyed writing it because I knew on every level that it was never going to get made. So
Christ Killer, the second Gladiator.
That's what's called a popcorn dropper.